Hi, this is Marcus Timpson, FuturePrint TV. I'm really happy to be on the amazing Canon booth at Drupa. We'll find out a bit more about the incredible booth as we talk to Edoardo Cotichini, who is heading up the label press, and we'll find out a bit more about what it is you do, Edo. Tell us a bit about your role within the team, what it is you do, and perhaps a little bit about Canon's presence at Drupa.
Sure. Thanks for visiting us, Marcus. That's nice to see you. So yes, I lead this new division that we have created within the marketing division of Canon Europe. We have a dedicated team of people looking after labels and packaging. So that is the intention. And like you said, here at Drupa, we're bringing for the first time outside of Japan this new product that will come in the near future.
Yeah. And what is the product? So label press
product is the LabelStream LS2000. We will, I'm sure we'll talk about it more in details during the chat. But what you asked about our presence here on the stand, on the Canon stand, you've seen it. It's super large, and one of the novelties that you have, it is the first time that we at Canon, we dedicated a complete entire area to labels and packaging.
Yeah, that's anything.
The reason why we do that is because it's we're getting there. We're about to come out with this new press that I'm personally very excited about. But it's a way to show the market the commitment that we as Canon want to have towards the label and packaging in becoming reliable and trusted partners to the label and packaging converters out there.
Yeah, and so that sector is super important for the strategy for Canon. Tell us a bit about how that works within the kind of overall vision for Canon's approach generally.
Yeah, and probably I'm not telling you or anyone else anything new that label and packaging is a growth area. I always like to keep things simple. Also with colleagues when they ask things, I always make the analogy: when 20 years ago people were telling us that one day you would not be reading your newspaper on paper so much anymore, but you would do it digitally, it was actually easy to believe that. Yeah, you could see it coming in a way or another. If someone would tell me today that in 15 years from now, I will enter a supermarket and there's not going to be anything printed on the shelves, and all will be there is a QR code that then through special glasses or things shows me a personalized packaging, futuristic, nice to hear, but I think we're a long way away from that. So this, to going back to the point of label and packaging, is a very interesting segment, and not moving, isn't it? Super fast, really fast moving. And we see, if you look at all the challenges that either the brand owners or the converters are having, digital can address a lot of those challenges. Digital brings you the versatility you need to be able to respond fast, to change if you need to do so, and to be more efficient ultimately. That's how we see it.
It's exciting. So you've obviously mentioned a bit about the importance of the sector. During lockdown and since then, the retail sector's changed quite a lot. What sort of trends are you sort of seeing, and perhaps places even more importance on the innovations that you're talking about?
Yeah, well, what you say during COVID, of course, that was an exceptional time. The industry was turned upside down, and especially if you look into label converting, the volumes increased drastically. In combination also with the supply chain issue in procuring materials to produce and all the rest. But there was certainly a peak when it came to digital printing. One of the aspects that I also see on that, if you remember, we were in a lockdown. If you specifically look at label converters and packaging converters, those were seen as essential services, because to bring a product to a supermarket, you need to have a package, you need to have a label, definitely on that. And what we have noticed that was very interesting is that the volumes in digital printing actually grew drastically. And the reason we see on that is because digital gives you that flexibility you will need. It gives you that ease of use also that you may need in order to be able to produce. So after that, of course, there was a slight decline, but there was already a shift when it comes between the analog and digital. And that we have seen it already before COVID, but COVID accelerated that in a way. And the main shift that we have noticed is that there was a time where the brand owners, if they had to print something on analog or digital, very often it was a one-to-one comparison. Which one is cheaper? Which one is costing me less to produce, this or that? And that was one of the main criteria. So over time, we have seen a shift in that direction, where the cost is not the only criteria that is being looked at, but we were able to start demonstrating what digital can bring as a value effectively in being faster to market, in changing your campaign if you need to, and being able to reach your consumers in a complete different way and interact with them in a complete different way.
Yeah. So it plays more into from the top of the chain down, which really means that change is going to happen far quicker.
Yes.
With the specific technology you've explained a bit about, is there anything more that you might want to share in terms of the characteristics or the performance of the product?
Well, the LabelStream LS2000, what I mentioned before, to connect to what we just discussed.
Yeah.
Every time we talk to prospects or people or just other people in the industry, one of the challenges that we see is finding operators to run presses.
Yeah.
If there is a flexo operator retiring, finding a new one, it is a challenging aspect. We see that it's also challenging finding operators for digital presses. And this is the reason why the LabelStream LS2000, since the beginning, was designed to be as easy as possible to be used. We have included as many automated features as possible. And we have also built the press to make it simple and doable for the operator to do actually the regular maintenance that need to be done to the press in order to keep it up and running as much as possible. So to give you a basic example, often it is an inkjet press that we're talking about. Often with inkjet, the operator would come in the morning and first thing they need to do, wear a pair of gloves, clean the heads, do a bit of cleaning before they start. The LS2000, allow me to call it like that, that's a short name we give to it, does it by itself, right? So small things, but that's what makes your life easy.
Yeah.
If and when a head needs to be replaced, because it is a consumable part that eventually will need replacement at some point in time, this is something that can be done by the operator. It's a matter of physically 5-6 minutes. It's just through 2 connectors. And this is because it's a single head that you can remove, you reinstall it, and once again, the press then needs to go through an automatic procedure that will take about 35 minutes. But again, it's the press doing it. There's no need to wait for anyone to come and do that for you. So that's one of the main points that I would like to mention. The fact that we have built it to be easy to operate and as self-sufficient as possible.
Yeah, it's playing really well to the fact that the world has got a skills shortage.
Sure.
And we need to automate as much as possible. And technology is like this is certainly a great way to solve those kind of problems in advance. So we're on this incredible booth, and it's power to move. Explain a bit about what that means and the journey, because there is a journey that's really well thought through the story, isn't it? Tell us a bit about
the power to move. If you haven't done it, and for anyone watching this video, hopefully, so you should go and visit the Décor, which is our immersive experience, and that is I was talking to a colleague today, and same for me. The first time I saw it, I was emotional. The second time I saw it, I was really having bit of watery eyes, I have to say. I'm not going to go a third time because I might be crying in the end, but that gives you a nice message. I can give it to you from my personal perspective, if you don't mind, the way I see the power to move. I am relatively new at Canon, so I've been in this company for about 3 years now. But what I've experienced is that effectively this is not just a marketing slogan or a corporate slogan or anything else. You do feel like we are trying to do something for society. It may sound like a big thing because you think, okay, you're selling presses, that's true, but we're all part of society in the end. But to me, that's the core of what we have in that power to move and digital. So we're not only selling printing products, but we're actually trying to do something more for ourselves and for everyone surrounding us to make the world we live in a little bit of a better place.
Brilliant. Well, yeah, I look forward to checking it out. I think it's a strong message. It's links back. I know some of the imagery and the purpose involved with it really links to print as well as the wider society. So
that's how I see it. And you were also asking me about the technology, the LS2000. The LS2000, it's a water-based press, which is another big advantage that we have. And the other thing I like, it's entirely designed and manufactured by Canon. So the whole press is designed and manufactured by our colleagues in Japan. The heads are Canon heads. The ink that we use is also the Canon ink. And some people asked, I said, why did you take this direction? And at the core of what we do, what Canon does, and I also see it, I actually feel it. I experience it every day. There is innovation at the base of it. So we started getting some questions. Does this mean that this is the direction you keep going through? And all that? I said, guys, we're a company. We're looking at different options here.
Yeah.
That's the only way to grow. You know, we keep trying new things. We do our best to succeed in that direction. And we, of course, aim to do that. But you need to keep trying. That's
really important, isn't it? And solving problems on the way and actually seeing where the trends are so that you can play a role in new markets as well. Because that's why you say growth is still a really important component of a healthy business growth. That's right. Well, listen, thanks for joining us. It's been really interesting talking to you. Amazing booth. Look forward to seeing the LS2000 go up and do some great things in the future. So thanks very much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you.